Hey there, tech enthusiasts. Have you ever wondered how you can automate your backups with just a few lines of code? Today, we're diving into a powerful Windows batch script that not only backs up folders from multiple network devices, but also creates organized, time-stamped folders, logs every step for easy tracking, and then compresses them to save disk space, all in one go. Stick around to learn how you can streamline your IT automation and protect your valuable data effortlessly. First up, let's talk about why automated backups are a game changer. In today's fast-paced digital world, manually backing up your data can be both time-consuming and error-prone. That's where our script comes in. By automating the process, you're not only saving time but also ensuring that your data is secure and up-to-date. Imagine if a critical project file vanished right before a deadline. Scary, right? With automated backups, you're always a step ahead, safeguarding your work with minimal effort. And the best part? This script uses simple Windows batch scripting techniques, making it accessible even if you're not a full-time programmer. I have 4 computers connected to a local network with a central server. Inside each of the 4 computers there is a folder containing the work files of the owner of each device. Here is what I want to do. 1. The central server checks the connection between it and the first device on the network via the IP address. 2. If the server successfully connects to the first device, it copies all the files inside the work folder of the owner of the device, by going to the folder path and copying it. 3. After copying the work folder from the first device, the server returns to its storage space, and searches for the main folder to store the backups. If it does not find it, it creates the folder, then pastes the work folder of the first device inside it, naming it by adding the backup time and date to the name. 4. After pasting the work folder, the entire folder is compressed, then the original folder is deleted to save storage space. 5. The server repeats the previous steps with the rest of the devices. 6. After the server finishes executing all tasks, it creates a log recording the successes and failures of the tasks it executed, so that it can be easily reviewed. 7. Automate this entire process. In order for the server to perform the tasks we have specified, we need to write a script, and then convert it to a batch file. Don't worry, you don't need to be a programmer, the code is simple and I will explain everything to you. Just follow these steps. Go to any place on the server or your computer, where the backup will be stored. Right-click, and from the menu that appears, choose New, then from the submenu, click on the option Text Document. Give this document a name, which is indicative of the function it performs. For example, the name is Backup. Copy this code into it. Don't worry, I will leave you a link to the text file containing the code in the description below this video. Now, let's roll up our sleeves and dive into the heart of the script. We'll break it down into digestible sections so you can follow along, even if you're new to Windows batch scripting. This part of the code is just comments. The function of these comments is to clarify the purpose of this batch file. Our script starts by defining local backup and log directories. It then uses a neat trick with WMIC to generate a timestamp in the format YYYY, MM, DD, HH, MM, SS. This timestamp isn't just for show, it ensures every backup is uniquely identified, which is super handy for tracking and versioning. Unique timestamps make your backups organized and easily traceable. Next, the script checks for the existence of the local backup and log directories. If they do not exist, it creates them. Next, the script creates a primary backup folder with the current timestamp. This is followed by defining a common log file for all backups. This part of the code is a comment. These comments explain the tasks that the batch file will perform in the next section of it. This code performs a backup operation of the MedLab folder located on drive D on a network machine with IP address 192.168.1.1. The code follows logical steps. 1. Specify the source and destination for the backup. 2. Log the start of the operation. 3. Verify that the source machine is accessible. 4. Create the destination folder. 5. Perform the backup using robocopy. 6. Verify that the operation was successful and log the result. Here is a detailed explanation of the code. 1. The code starts with an explanatory comment that explains its purpose. The comment tells us that this part of the code is responsible for copying a folder with the path d:/medlab from a network device with the IP address 192.168.1.1. 2. Here variables are defined that specify the source and destination of the backup. Here, define the variable device1IP with the IP address of the source device. Define the source path source1 using the username and password of the admin share to access the folder MedLab. Define the destination path dest1 inside the primary backup folder, then name the folder with a compound name consisting of the IP address and its path. 3. Log the start of the backup. This part prints a blank line on the screen. Prints a message showing the source and destination paths on the screen. Adds a separator line to the log file specified by the variable log file. Records the start time of the backup in the log file, using the variable timestamp. 4. Checking the connection of the source device. This part sends a single ping packet to the IP address of the source device to verify that it is connected. The output of the ping command is routed to null, meaning not displayed on the screen. It checks the error level. If the error level is 1 or greater, the connection failed. If the connection fails, it logs an error message to the log file and skips the backup. If the connection succeeds, error level 0, it continues the backup. 5. Create destination folder and perform backup. This part creates the destination folder for backup using the mkdir command. Performs the backup using the robocopy tool with the /e option, which ensures that all subdirectories, including empty ones, are copied. 6. Verify backup result. This part verifies the exit code returned by the robocopy tool. In robocopy, exit codes 0 to 7 are considered success, with varying details, while codes 8 and above mean an error occurred. If the error level is 8 or greater, an error message is logged to the log file. If the error level is less than 8, a success message is logged to the log file. From snippet backup 2 to snippet backup 4 is a repetition of snippet backup 1, so that all 4 devices we have are backed up. But these 4 snippets have some slight differences. We will learn about those differences later when we discuss how to add a new device to this script. This script performs a compression operation of the primary backup directory to a zip file and deletes the original directory to save storage space. The code follows logical steps. 1. Record the start of the compression process. 2. Execute the compression process using PowerShell. 3. Verify that the compression process was successful. 4. If successful, delete the original folder and record it. 5. Show a final message to the user and wait for any key press to continue. Here is the detailed explanation of the code. 1. Explanatory comments at the beginning. These comments explain the purpose of this part of the code. This part performs the following. 1. Prints a blank line to the screen. 2. Displays a message indicating that the backup folder will be compressed. 3. Adds a separator line to the log file specified by the log file variable. 4. Records the start time of the compression process in the log file, using a timestamp. This part performs the following. 1. uses PowerShell to compress the folder, instead of traditional batch compression tools. 2. Prints a comment indicating that PowerShell is required on the system, available in Windows 10 and later. 3. Uses the compress archive command in PowerShell with. The path parameter specifies the source path for compression, the contents of the base backup .dar folder. The destination path parameter specifies the path to the resulting archive file, with the same name as the original folder but with the .zip extension. This section performs the following. 1. Checks the error level resulting from the execution of the PowerShell command. 2. If the error level is 1 or greater, i.e., an error occurred, logs an error message to the log file. 3. If no error occurred, error level 0. Logs a success message for the compact operation to the log file. Deletes the original folder using the rmdir command with the following options. /s to delete all files and subfolders. /q to execute in silent mode, without asking for confirmation. Logs a success message for the original folder deletion operation to the log file. This part performs the following. 1. Prints a blank line to the screen. 2. Displays a message indicating that all backup and compression operations have completed, and prompts the user to review the log file for details. 3. Pauses the execution of the code with the pause command until the user presses any key, allowing the user to read the displayed messages before closing the command prompt window. It's very simple. First, you need to prepare the following information. 1. The IP address of the computer you want to add to the batch file. 2. The path to the folder you want to back up. 3. Ensure that administrative sharing is enabled on the new computer. Then, open the file and do the following. In the file, there are 4 snippets for 4 different computers to backup. We need to copy one of them to the new computer. In my case, I'll copy the last snippet to make editing the snippet easier. I'll start copying from the comment all the way to the closing bracket. Now, I will paste the new snippet before the compression line. Now, we need to modify the following information. 1. The comment line, to maintain the structure of the code. Edit the number in front of the word backup. Edit the IP address. Edit the path to the folder to be backed up. 2. Modify the numbers in front of the following variables throughout the entire code snippet. The device variable with the IP address. The source variable. The dest variable, and the path to the folder to be backed up. You've now completed adding a new computer's data to the batch file for backup. You can repeat this step to add all the devices you want to back up. Now that we've finished writing the entire code, we need to convert the text file into a batch file. Simply do the following. Click the File menu, then select Save As. From the window that appears, click the Save As Type drop-down menu, then select All Files. In the File Name field, change the extension from .txt to .bat. Finally, click the Save button. Now, we have a batch file ready to go, designed to back up computers on the network. Now let's try running the batch file. Right-click the batch file and select Run as administrator. From the message that appears, click Yes to confirm that you have administrator privileges. The batch file will start running immediately to perform the tasks we specified for it. Create a backup of network-connected devices. Compress the backup folder. Delete the original backup folder after compressing it to save space. Record all operations performed by the batch file in a log file. Now, if we navigate to the destination directory where the backups are stored, we should find a compressed file with a name specified by the time and date it was created. And, if we navigate to the destination path where the log file is stored, we should find a text file with a name specified by the time and date it was created. If we open it, we will see all the operations the batch file performed, along with an indication of whether they succeeded or failed. Now, let's automate this batch file by using the Windows built-in task scheduler. In the search bar, type Task Scheduler, and from the options that appear, click Task Scheduler. Next, click Create a Basic Task Scheduler from the menu on the right. In the window that appears, give this task a name that reflects its purpose so you can easily find it in the future. You can add a description if you like, then click Next. Next, select when you want the task to run. In my case, I'll select Daily. Then, click Next. Next, select the start date for the task, and then select the time of day to run the task. In my case, I selected the batch file to run every day, at 12 p.m., to ensure all devices are backed up. Then, click Next. Next, select Start a Program, and then click Next. Next, specify the path to the file, and then click the Next button. Finally, click the Finish button. Congratulations! You have successfully automated the batch file. You can now test running the task by selecting it from the task list and then clicking the Run button. You'll notice that the batch file starts running to back up the devices. However, there's a problem here. After the batch file completes its task, it prompts the user to press any key to close the window. Since the file is now running automatically, there may be no one around to execute this command, which can cause this screen to accumulate. We'll address this issue, along with other issues we encountered, in the next section, Troubleshooting. The first issue I encountered was access denied to one of the devices. As you can see on the screen, the script tried to access the device several times but failed. The reason for this, as the message clearly indicates, is that the username or password is incorrect. To solve this problem, we need to enable administrative shares. From File Explorer, click the address bar, and then type the path to the folder you want to back up, as follows. // the IP address of the device on the network. If you type the path correctly and the device is working and connected to the network without problems, you should be prompted to enter your credentials to allow you to access the device. Enter your username and password, and don't forget to select the Remember My Credentials option, so you don't need to enter them every time this device is backed up. The second problem I encountered was the network path was not found. The difference between this and the previous problem is that in the previous problem, the script found the device on the network, but it was unable to access the folder to be backed up. However, this problem did not find the device on the network. To solve this problem, we need to ensure that the IP addresses entered in the batch file are correct. Ensure that the network cables and switches are properly connected. Ensure that the devices to be backed up are powered on. The problem we noticed when automating the backup process is that the script window doesn't close after it completes its work. This is because it requires the user to press any key on the keyboard to close it, which can cause the window to become clogged in the background. The solution to this problem is very simple. Right-click on the batch file and from the menu that appears, click Edit. Go to the last line of the script, then delete the word pause. Finally, save the file and close it. You can now try running the backup task from the task scheduler. You'll find that the script runs smoothly and automatically closes the window once the backup process is complete. In summary, today we uncovered how a well-crafted Windows batch script can revolutionize your backup strategy, combining the power of Robocopy, PowerShell, and a bit of creative scripting. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions, and subscribe for more tech insights and IT automation tips. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear, What's the one task in your IT routine that you wish could be automated? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Keep innovating.